Yo, what's up, everybody? This is another episode of First Class Podcast, man. I am your host, the Beard Wonder himself, E. Carter. What's happening? And I'm here with my co-host, man. You know the vibes.
That guy 937 in the building. What's going on, world?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we giving it another run on the live from YouTube and from Facebook, man. Like I said, we trying to do something new here, man. Start getting things monetized and moving in the right direction. We've been doing it for 3 years. I told y'all video was going to be coming more sooner than later. Actually been saying that for like 2 years, but hey, we got it done, man. And we here now, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And we're gonna keep everything rocking, bro. But first and foremost, how you doing, bro? How everything going?
I'm all right, boy. I'm all right, man. I ain't tired. I'm stress free. Maybe that's going to getting less overtime work. You know, you miss it, but I'm actually enjoying this time, though, man. I get to sit back. I do things that really I don't usually have the time for. I played a video game the other day. Just sat down and hopped on the game for a little bit.
When was the last time you hopped on the game?
It's been a little while, man. Especially when you gotta be an adult, from the laundry to the dishes to the
kids,
cooking for yourself to the kids to getting this situated and appointments to be made and this, that, and the third, for real. So,
oh yeah, man. Everything is definitely, a little difficult. I actually play video games like almost every day, but I still have some days.
Nice.
But yeah, no, like it still be days where I'm like, man, I don't even know what to do. Got a whole game down here, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna watch a movie. Like I'm gonna take a nap, or you know what I'm saying? Something. I'm about to go outside. Something. Like I'm gonna go take a walk. But everything being good, man. Today I got the opportunity to see my daughter in her first little play. She's in a all girls mentoring type group. And she was in her first play, man. She didn't have a big role or a whole lot of lines, but the lines that she did have, she executed. She looked beautiful. They had to wear like dresses and heels, had their hair done up, had the African wraps on. It was definitely dope, man. And if anybody is familiar, if everybody's who is familiar with our show, if you remember the show when we had Miss Tia or Miss Nisha on as a guest, it's her group. It's called Gems Girls Emerging in Maturity. You know what I mean? So definitely try to check her out, especially if you got any girls from, I want to say, 10 to 18, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, so most definitely.
Go ahead and check her out, man. She's definitely doing her part in touching the youth. You know what I'm saying? Especially our young girls, and trying to, in this whole little fall course that they was having was about etiquette. So, and that's what they was talking about. And it was just, it was definitely a great show, man. And she did everything herself. She came up with the played a little interactive game. It was like an interactive play. So everything as far as that was great, man. Had a good time. They had some good food. The girls looked like they had fun. They danced after we ate, a couple line dances and stuff like that. Parents, grandparents showed up. It was definitely cool, man. It was dope that I got to see it. And then of course, got to have a dad moment. Like,
yeah.
So is this something you want to do in life?
He's here with the smile. I mean, you look pretty good up there,
But it was still funny, man. Just because I just remember the first. I've actually had the opportunity to be in a couple different plays growing up, and it was just funny just seeing her in her first one. You know what I'm saying?
You don't forget your first one,
and you can tell that some of the girls, it was their first time doing something like that as well, because some of them was a little nervous and trying to remember their
And
lines.
I was gonna say that because that's a good thing to kind of get these kids, especially our young women, out to do something that's a little different, something that puts you on the outside of a box, and something that can help you become like in literature they call this a well-rounded character. I mean, it does so many different things and have experienced and tried different things. So that's always a nice element to give these young women a chance to express themselves and get outside the box and look at the world from another person's perspective, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? So that's a beautiful thing, for real, most definitely.
Definitely, man. She did a good job. All the girls did a good job, man. Shout out to them. Definitely a good look, man. And can't wait to see what more end up doing as time goes on and as she stays in this group. It's something that she enjoys doing, and it also helps her grades. So it's not any and every child. They got to have good attendance at school. She also calls to check up how the attendance is at their various schools. You got to have a max of 2.6 to a 10.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. That's making sure like you got to stay on your grades. I guess they got a trip coming up, and if you do, I'm not even accepting a 2.5. If you do not have a 2.6 or higher, you cannot go on this trip. So, it's definitely. But other than that, man, well, before we get kicked off in the show, I did have a question. So the other day, man, I'm talking to my brother Lou. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shouts out to Lou.
So we sitting here, man, we chilling, man, and I can't even tell you how it came up, bro. But we can talk about cougars. And it was just like, all right, well, a lot of people is, dating older or trying to date older.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I'm like, man, these older women are not like the older women when we was young. Like these older women are in a whole different bracket. Like what? Like how old are you? Where? Like, man, show me ID. Because I do not believe you. Like you was born in the 70s. What?
I don't believe it. Yeah.
Like, no, you oh, that's my grandbaby. Like, man, you look like you could be her sister. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, boy, stop.
Right, like, man, look, Miss Bam.
Yes, man. Yeah.
And you sitting there talking, yes, ma'am. And they're like, nah, just call me Teresa. Like,
if you're nasty, I'll hit you with that Janet Jackson. If you're nasty, like, ooh.
And then I know me, I'll still be like, yes, ma'am. Like, but no. So the question was, bro, like I'm, out the hat, bro. If you was to date older, how much older would you go?
Let me see. I'm gonna be 31 Tuesday, actually.
Happy early birthday.
Appreciate that. So I would go. It just depends on the person. I was gonna try to put an age on it and be like 40 or 41, just to answer your question.
Just put an age
I say about 45. But mom ain't going for that shit. Because I done seen a couple of her friends. I'm like, oh, Auntie, how you doing? Nah, that's
right. Nah, man, I feel you, man. Me personally, I probably said on the max side
63.
about 15 years from me, man. Hey, because look, I'm 34, so 10 years, you 44. Like, hey, if you a bad 50, 51, like what? Like, I'm not gonna stall you. I am not gonna stall you, like, especially if you know what I'm saying. If feel and you season like that, like, hold on, man, teach me something.
He said, "Oh, like, what is that? Saison? What is that? You season with, baby? No,
what that Creole, man? What, boy? That slap your mama? Like they been here before, like, and will let you know what is going on, like so.
And straight up tell you that at the beginning, I ain't here to play no games with you. Like, oh,
yes, right, yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, man, I just had to say that, man. That was something that we've been kind of talking about all week. Like, so how much older would you go?
I was a little curious. What did Lou say? What was his age, bud?
I think he said about 10, 11 years from him.
About 40.
So nah, Lou not even 30.
Ooh,
Lou
35.
He 29. I think he just turned 29 this past summer.
39, so about 40.
Yeah.
39, 40.
When you put it like that, because at first when I first said, I'm like, bro, that 27, but still, that's still closer to 40. But I'm like, in my head, I'm like, really?
It's like a smooth 40.
But I'm like, okay, for you and your age, yeah, that's older. You know what I'm saying?
That is older.
Yeah, but I don't know, bro. it's definitely funny, bro. But we'll go ahead and get into the show, man. If you're new to the show, we always like to start off with some type of quote or some type of words of wisdom or whatever the case may be. I get daily motivational quotes from all different kinds and everything like that. So, and this one popped up, and I kind of just left it for real. I really didn't have to investigate on this one. This is one of my daily quotes that I got this morning. I'm like, I'm gonna leave that on my phone. It's an anonymous person who wrote it. It said, "You cannot win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind." I'm gonna say it one more time for the people in the back. You can not win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind. So I like that, and it popped out to me because it definitely kind of goes with what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into a couple different topics today, and I feel like it kind of goes perfect with it. You know, we're going to get into fighting your demons. We get into different childhood dramas and having to grow up with that, and how it expresses on your kids, and this, that, and the third. So, and then iron sharpening iron and things to that nature. So, and when that popped out, it's like, man, you got to win that war against yourself first. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's smooth. It should be butter for real.
Yeah, it should just fall in place.
And I like that because I know Nissy ain't the first person that said it, but he did say something like, which one do you rather? Your beautiful talents or whatever they may be, or battle, So they always choose you for real, because you're right. It starts with you.
Yeah. Well, of the week, man, take that with you, man. Something to actually think and ponder on, attach it to your day-to-day life, whatever the case may be. Live by it, talk to your friends about it, talk to your family members about it. But we're gonna go ahead and get into the show. Like I said, we got some good topics, man. A little bit of deep topics. We've actually talked about childhood trauma on the show before, but it's something that we going to reiterate. I've actually worded this topic a little different, and but still, all in all, we're gonna reiterate because it really doesn't matter. Like, we can talk about, we can repeat the whole first episode. Like, for real. Like,
and this the part where we got split up. Dre
transcript, so I have no idea what
somebody got to listen to it right every single. This show line, bro.
It's 2021.
It'd be like the news
when they got an app for that, so I could really go to the show, click this stuff, and then it would.
I wonder if it's smart enough to decipher like everybody's voice.
I tried it.
For real? Like, I got an iPhone now, so I can ask Siri to go ahead and get on it.
Well, I did it with my computer,
but I got an iPhone. That's an HP. It's an iPhone. It's Apple.
Okay.
Take a bite out of it.
So you gonna do it on your computer? Burn. All right, cool. But anyway, man. So the first topic is, does your actions as a parent define your child's life? Personally, no, I don't think so. The reason why I say that is not just growing up and just witnessing different people that I've came across during life. I done seen people that alcoholics. My mom ain't, she did this, and they don't smoke. They might get a drink or two, but it's not them. Like, it didn't. Yeah. It didn't. Them doing that didn't make them like, they didn't automatically fall in those footsteps. Now, can you as a parent define your child's life? I want to say you can have an imprint, but defining your life is on the individual. You know what I'm saying? No matter what experiences you have, it's up to you to overcome that battle or whatever. If it is a battle, you know what I'm saying? It ain't always a battle. Like, your dad could be a self-made billionaire, but maybe that's not your path. Maybe your path is music or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, Instead of you going like, oh, well, my dad was a businessman, so I'm gonna be a businessman. Like, you know, eventually at some point you have to go down your own path. So I don't really totally agree with that. Do your parents have an imprint on your life? Yes.
No, but the thing is yeah, I'll say yeah, it most certainly does. Because in the illustration, hold on, what was the original question? Repeat the original question.
Does your actions as a parent define your child's life?
Yes. And the reason why I say yes is just like in your same scenario. Let's say if you had a dad or a mom that was an abusive alcoholic, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that child had made the decision to not want to be anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That had an impact.
So
they didn't follow.
But is it defining them, or is that an imprint?
That's a trait that will forever be a part of them because they're going to stick with those stories forever. During that traumatizing time as a child to be, they're going to always have that story. Like if somebody asked them,
but you had to make a decision.
But you had to make a decision.
But that's what I'm saying.
Either way it goes, it impacted your life because you've seen it.
I mean,
now let's say
that means anybody that you come across can define your life too, because any experience that you go through, either you're gonna learn from it or go
the opposite way. But either way, you learn from it. Either that's something you want to go towards or something you want to run from.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to impact your life either way it goes. Now, something that intimate and that personal, such as family, everything that your parents do can affect you, period. Just like growing up and you get to meet different people, especially cousins and different family members and stuff like that, and you ask them, what's uncle such and such, or what's auntie such and such, and then the older you get, the more you know about them. Like, oh, I mean, he didn't really do too much with his life. He played it safe his whole life. He ain't really go to no parties. You don't smoke. You don't drink. He doesn't do this. He just goes to work, comes home. I mean, it's kind of boring for real. But, they even take an impact from how their parents were. And then they come up with them same type of decisions. Do I want to be like this and follow that, or don't I? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So either way it goes, whether it's positive or negative, it has an impact.
But my thing is the definition of the words define. That means like you're letting me know that this is how my life is going to be off a definition. Now, that's why I say it's an imprint. Your parents and your elders, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's aunties, cousins, uncle, grandma, grandpa, maybe a neighbor, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We all have different imprints on our life. Friends, it's just imprints. Like those imprints, like it's certain situations that define that together. You know what I'm saying? All them different experiences come together to define who you are. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's one action, one person, place, or thing or moment that's like, you know what, because this happened, this 20, 30 years later, I'm gonna end up being this person because of this. And the reason why is just I feel everybody has a choice to be whoever it is you want to be. We have a choice each and every day. I can tell myself today while we doing a show, I do not like who I am right now. And I can choose to change who I am today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not talking about like physical form or nothing like that. I'm just talking about like your character, who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? I can change that at any moment. It doesn't have to be something traumatic or less traumatic for me to want to make that decision.
Here's my thing about that. And you'll see this, you'll notice this the older you get, is people take things and handle things differently. Like, I get tired of seeing the posts from parents that are like, whatever your parents did, forgive them for it, you grown now. I agree, and then I don't agree. The thing that makes me not agree with it completely is because of the way people deal with certain traumas. Thus, example, it's Halloween time. There are full-grown adults out here that have had traumatic experiences from watching certain horror movies to when they're older, like, hey, I really don't want to test the waters or put myself in that position to have another traumatic experience like that again. So what do people do? They attack, oh, well, you scared You know what I mean? You a puss and, you know, don't be no sucker, you all right. But that affected them differently. So even as an adult, like I said, you got people that don't really like scary movies because of what happened to them when they were young. You get me?
Yeah. But
so is it right to be like, hey, you know, and being a parent, you know, and it's a forever changing thing. It's always things to grow on and work on. So you telling me that it's cool for me to be a deadbeat right now? Stop seeing my kids, stop speaking to them, X, Y, Z. Come back to them. Now mines are what, 13 and 11. So come back in their life and they about 21 and 23 and be like, hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all look good. Y'all doing good. Look, bro, don't worry about me not being there, bro. You an adult now. You good? What does me being there have to do with anything? Get over it. You're an adult now. You should have left that in the past. Oh, well, no, that's different. That right there is my key point of why what you do in that aspect can affect your kids.
I didn't say that's different. I didn't even say that.
No, I was speaking to the audience. I was looking at you, but I was.
Hey, I'm like, bro, I didn't say nothing.
He said, I feel attacked. Like
I'm over here about to take a sip. Like I'm like,
what did I do? Like
I'm waiting for you to.
I was probably putting the person that said that and people like that in your face and like, nah, I'm talking to you, son. Oh, some of that, but nah, most definitely, and I don't think it's fair or right for parents to dismiss their children's family age. To be like, hey, well, this happened. You know what? You should get over that because you're an adult now. True enough. I mean, it just depends on that person's mental wellness and mental strength for it.
I agree, but I disagree, bro. A friend of mine, man, I was talking to her the other day, and she asked me like, hey, well, how's your show doing? So I told her, I'm like, well, the show's doing good. Matter of fact, we got a show coming up this weekend. So she was curious about what some of the topics was. And so we ended up, I told her about this one because, you know, this is the first one on the chopping block. So I told her about this one. And so, you know, we get to talking about it. And she brought up a quote, like, she like, hey, I get daily quotes. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is, to me, I kind of seen that funny because it's a lot of people that I know like now that they got an app to where they get daily quotes or daily affirmations and they wake up, they read it, they, you know what I'm saying, literally think about it and try to apply it to their life. You know what I'm saying? So what she told me was, she said, you don't die from a snake bite. You die from the venom. So the thing is, and when she said that, I'm like, huh. And it kind of not literally played to what I said. It was just the fact of like the way I looked at it, it's like, okay, so you had a bad experience with one of your parents growing up. All right. So that experience is the bite. Now, the venom, the thing that's going to kill you, is the way it affects you. That's the venom. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. Like, no, like you can't just pop up and just be like, oh, nah. Like, I'm just dismissing everything that you feel. And some people handle that situation wrong. But do I feel that sometimes, like, there's certain situations that, yeah, you got to get over it? Yeah. Now, it might, like I said, when people hear that, it's automatically like, so what? I'm not allowed to feel this? No, you're allowed to feel exactly how you feel. But you also are allowed to be happy, too. So if something happened to me when I was 9 and now I'm 34 years old and I'm still letting
you gotta let it go.
I'm still letting it affect me. Like I'm still letting it affect me like it happened yesterday. Like I deserve to be happy. I need to let that go. I might not get this closure from this person. Like, and then at the end of the day, like the way I looked at it is like, what am I looking for? Because I've had some experience with people, like it really wasn't not really traumatic, you know what I'm saying, as far as childhood trauma, but certain stuff that I'm like, I really don't mess with you no more. Like I can't mess with you at all. Like I'm cool, and it still kind of lingered in my head, but it's like, what am I waiting for you to do? Like if you just say, hey, you know what? I was wrong, bro. I apologize, man. That was what I said to you that one day, bro. I had no business saying that, but I was in a certain time in my life to where that's how I felt, and I took it out on you. you know what, I was wrong.
But I can also say this though.
But real quick,
Okay.
real quick. So I get that. So boom, I get that apology or whatever. What the way I felt about it is it's not gonna just yeah, man. You apologize to me? Okay, bet. Wait. Is lifted. No, because now I've been thinking about it for so long.
And that right there, I'll say is one of the biggest differences. If all it took was just one exact thing, it didn't really bother you. If all it took was for me to be like, dang, man, I apologize. So then you stop doing whatever hurtful, harmful thing it is to you, or you stop playing your mind, and that's all it took. It really wasn't fucking bothering you in the first place. And those people, you right. Those people, yeah, you need to shut up and get over it. You're being a brat now, or this, that, and the third, for real.
But even if it's deeper than that, it's like, what do you like? Because you can't, like, and I say this a lot, man. Once something has happened, it's in the past. As soon as it happened, as soon as it happened, I snap my fingers now. I just snapped my fingers 5 seconds ago. You know what I'm saying? It's already happened. I can't go back and change that action or reaction.
But that's the key is, I feel like the key is, for one, if you are a parent and let's say your kids are adults, and there was something that was really bothering them, that you did in their childhood that affected them, I'll say the first step that could probably help towards anything is apologizing, manning up or womaning up to the situation and being like, hey, you know what? I was wrong when I did this. I'm sorry that it's even affected you now in your adulthood. I apologize. That to me is the first step. And then I feel like parents need to be more susceptible to whatever your child feels like they need to do, or this grown-up individual need to do to really help them get over the situation. If it's therapy, support them in their therapy. Ask them about it. You know, in the Black community, especially when we was growing up, you know, if you need a therapy, you don't need no therapy. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with you. But now everything is becoming a lot more accepted because so many more people have had therapy, and it's became more reachable and obtainable and affordable to get that type of therapy, you know. So I feel like you as a parent, before dismissing them, just do your part, which is apologizing and then supporting whatever method, as long as it's a healthy, positive method that supports them in their recovery. As long as you do that and you do the best you can, if they can't get over it at that point, there's more soul searching and there's a lot more them work to do to really get past that for real. That's all I'm saying about it.
No, I mean, like I said before, man, I get you. I get you 110% to a certain extent. Like, yeah. when I say a certain extent, like, yeah, man, of course it's your child no matter how old they are. You know what I'm saying? So I get you on that. Like, and if you see something and you actually feel like, you know what, like, all right, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, but from my personal experiences, once I got older and I get to talking with my mom and my dad, and I'm like, hey, so I remember back when da happened. They're like, boy, you a lie. None of that happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? One, people remember different. They remember the same thing differently. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when you're 9 and it affected you a certain way, you see stuff out of a 9-year-old's eyes. You know what I'm saying? So now you fast forward 20 years later or 30 years later, you're still seeing it in those 9-year-old eyes versus your parent is like, no, like that's not the case. Like the case is I did this, and this because of this, and this. Like they're looking at it, one, as an adult already, and two, as a parent. So then they're like, so then they look at it like, okay, so now you're judging my parenting. Like, okay, yeah. Well, you're grown, like you're healthy. You know what I'm saying? You didn't die. Yeah. Like I didn't kill you. Now, of course, I'm taking the lesser stuff. Now, actual, yeah. Like when I say the lesser stuff, now I am not talking about like literal shit that, like, I'm not talking about rape or, you know what I'm saying, being molested or you know, just getting you sitting there asleep and somebody just come in there and beat you with a pillowcase full of soap. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about that. Like stuff like that, yes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking about the way, like you said earlier, everybody perceives stuff differently. You know what I'm saying? So when you perceive it a certain way, like I remember I was saying something to my mom. I can't remember the exact. My mom and my dad, 2 different times. I can't remember the exact topics of what we was talking about, but they both in their own way was like, "Boy, I don't owe you shit." And I'm like, "Damn, like why?" They're like, "Cause they like, didn't I give you life?" I'm like, "Yeah," but and then my only rebuttal, like, "But I ain't asked to be here." Like, you know what? True, you didn't. Me and your dad, me and your mom, we, you know, that happened. Boom, you came, but we could have decided to abort you. We could have decided to put you up for adoption. No, we took a child that we had together and we raised you the best way that we can come up with to raise you. We made sure that we made sure that you had food on your back, clothes, you know what I'm saying? I said food on your back. Food.
I hope they put food on your.
I hope they.
That's one of them things, bro.
Like, I can't get it. Like that's
the biscuits and gravy is done.
Now I know it's a little joke, but that's a traumatic experience. Put food on your back and you can't get it to eat, boy. You like, oh no, come on, it smells.
Make
so
it
good.
work.
It smells so good. And now you doing this, so every time you eat, you like, bro, just put the food on my back. Like what? Like I had to eat like that when I was a kid.
Weird,
that's
bro.
how.
Like, bro.
You know, you sitting there popping shoulders.
We single forever doing that shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got to get out of that. You got to get out of that. But nah, like back to the serious note, man. Like I put food in your belly, clothes on your back, roof over your head. You went to school. You wanted a bike, you got a bike. You wanted. Yeah, I couldn't afford to give you the top of the line shit that your friends was getting that you wanted, but I made sure you had something on your feet and something on your back. You know what I'm saying? And it's something in your stomach and a bed for you to rest in. You know what I'm saying? And moms used to put it like especially when I got older, man, I used to go back and tell her how I used to feel about stuff that happened in the past. I started noticing like how it affected her. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because it's like, damn, I was trying my hardest. I was trying to give you, I sacrificed so much for you, but then now that you
still grown, like I wasn't good enough.
Yeah. So now, like, and even she said that to me a couple of times, like I actually won an argument and I was grown. And I came back and I'm like, facts, doom. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she like, well, I'm sorry. I guess the way that I
made you feel like shit at the end, didn't it?
Like I won, but I felt like straight shit.
Yeah.
Like immediately. Yeah. Won the argument with my dad. It wasn't really an argument. I actually stole on him. But I felt like straight shit. Yeah, I won. But what did the win like?
Was it worth winning?
Right. Was it worth winning? So like to me, in those situations, in those type of situations, so where I seen this as a child and it affected me like this as a child, and then now when I get older, I'm like, you know what? Me trying to prove my point to you, it really don't like. You know what? I forgive you because now me as a parent and me growing up, now I can understand. Like I can understand these things. I can understand how you sacrificed. Yeah. Which whatever, like, you know, you probably had dreams and goals too, but then I came around. It's like it don't matter what I gotta do.
And that right there, actually, when you were speaking, it actually made me see the other side of the spectrum. Us being kids at one time, which everybody can relate to, having parents at one time, which everybody can relate to. Unless you're a test tube, baby, I don't really know how that works. I don't know if you brought out a tube or.
I mean, it's exactly what it's saying, right? Like you get popped in the tube, poop, poop, and then you get poop, poop, test tube, baby.
Oh, okay. All the turkey, basically.
Basically.
Huh.
What was his name? Baby Kids, Robin. I always forget his last name, man. If you're not my age, you're not gonna get it. But Baby Kids, test tube, baby. Bro, I didn't understand what that meant. Like, and I watched Baby Kids as a kid. I didn't get that for like 20 years.
But that's a little traumatic too. But anyway, a little bit. It was your father, Sam Adams. Like,
bro, you didn't even have a brain cell when it happened. So how did that hurt you?
I mean, how they gonna tell you your real dad is? Like,
look,
Robert is not your real dad. Like,
well, you got to go check some records. Like, hey, I'm looking for my real dad. Okay, well, February 28th, 1987.
So you've been frozen for a long time.
Such and such came in here. He went back there for about 5 minutes, came back, gave us a tube, and then
that's all he gave me was 5 minutes, man.
Your mom, she took that specimen and
yeah. All right. But it's more or less like to see the sacrifice and to see from the other side of the spectrum. I feel like people have to really stop being as sensitive to certain things because, like you said, certain things are like, you know, if your parent really tried, you know, only thing that should really get to you is something, like you said, something on the upper echelon of seriousness. Not, oh, well, you know, I ain't had a freshest clothes, or I didn't have this, or I didn't have that. And that's something I try to instill in my kids is the say something effect. Mm-hmm. You know, because any situation I ever had in school, my mom was always there. Bandanaed up, all of that, my mom was there. For me, my little brother ain't really had no problems. My sister, between me and Autumn, especially Autumn, like my mom was always there. Any situation, whether it was a student or a teacher. Until I got a little bit older and I stopped telling my mom things because I would want my dad to be there. And that was that situation. He never showed up for real as far as that aspect came. So I could never really depend on him. So instead, I just took the bullying to myself, you know, and going through school and getting bullied and just not saying nothing, then your grades start slipping and your attitude gets worse and XYZ because of me not saying anything. So now I try to always encourage my kids to say something. You getting bullied or XYZ, this is what you can do to help avoid things that may come up in your mind or negatively affect you as an individual in the future. Say something so I can be there. You're blessed to have a mom and a dad that's going to ride. I done been up to my kids' school a couple times for either one of them. I'm going to come. Right. I remember one day we just leaving school. Somebody told me something. Yeah, what happened on the bus? What? Hold on. Pull right back up in there. Yeah. All right, so tell them what you told me. So who is this kid? How many times has this situation happened? Who is this? What are you doing to prevent this from happening? If my kid does X, Y, Z, I want this dealt with now.
One thing I used to say to my parents growing up, they used to be like, well, you know what? I do this. I don't want you to go through the things that I went through. And I'm like, all right, that's all fine and good. But the things that you went through made you who you are. And I used to say this young. Like I said this in middle school and high school. I'm like, if I want to have a piece of who you are today, a part of me, and you had to go through some bull to end up being this person that you are. And I'm like, all right. But like I said, I was a child, and that's the way I thought. And they're like, yeah, but if you can bypass that and just learn from my mistakes, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go through the stuff to learn it. I'm like, yeah, but experience is the best teacher. Mind you, I'm in high school saying this. So like me and my parents, we used to have a couple deep type conversations. And a lot of the times I don't pretend, I've never pretended to say that I went through trauma. You know what I'm saying? Even stuff that, like I said, growing up that I thought, I'm like, man, you know what, man, this was traumatic to me, And then I bring it up. And then like, to be honest, like you said earlier on this topic is you hate when people say, just get over it. I said that to myself, like basically, what am I waiting for? Like, you know what I'm saying? What am I looking for? Like, I'm too old to still be talking about when I was 12. You know what I'm saying? In certain situations, like, was that really traumatic to me? Or did I just look at it wrong? Like, you know what, bro? It's cool. Like, you my mom, you my dad, you feel me? I'm gonna think about all the good shit that you did. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, like my dad was there, but he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like he was definitely there. He was definitely in my life. I used to go over there on the weekends, but then certain situations, you know what I'm saying? Mom's got to come through. And then pops get the word later. And then, you know what I'm saying? So I get in trouble twice. You feel me? And I've never been a part of any bullying, anything as far as it happening to me. If anything, if I think about it, right, you can honestly say that I was the bully. You know what I'm saying? But was I actually trying to pick on people to be a bully. No, like for me at that time, I'm just having fun. I'm just being a kid. Like I'm not pushing nobody down. Like I'm not physically hurting nobody. You know what I'm saying? I might knock your books out your hand. You know what I'm saying? Like you walk around with Pokemon cards, and I'm like, boop, oops. You know what I'm saying? I might steal your pencil and shit. Like every now and again, like I might fuck with you. I might mess with you, but other than that, like nah. You know what I'm saying? I got suspended from school because I was quote unquote bullying, and of course that was before everything that we got now. And I can't remember what show it was on, man, but I was watching Gilly the Kid, man, a while back, and he was saying like things that are getting used now, man, didn't get used. Words, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see the whole thing, so I don't know if he came back from it and made it, split it 50-50, but the way he said it, man, I definitely understood it, man. It's like, man, when I was growing up, people didn't talk about therapy. People didn't say, bro, I'm depressed, bro. You know what I'm saying? People didn't say, oh, I'm going through da. Like, bro, we just getting in how we just dealt with it. Like, all right, cool. I go through, you know what I'm saying? We might have talked about the things that we got to go through at home or whatever, but
such and such tripping anyway.
The thing was, the mindset is that, all right, I have to, if it's not to defeat it, it's to survive it. You know what I'm saying? And when you're young, especially back then, it was about survival, especially growing up in the hood and urban communities. Yeah, it's about survival first. Once you survive it, then later on, then you can focus on defeating it. So I kind of thought about that when we was thinking about this topic. It's like, all right, cool. And when people who have real traumatic experiences, like they have to survive that experience first. Now the defeat comes when later on in life you can actually find peace. Like sometimes you might not even see this person ever again in life, but to yourself, you got to be like, all right,
I got to be okay.
I forgive him. Yeah. Like even like it hurts you, but like people think like, man, that's a bunch of bull. Like you can't forgive somebody that do it like this. I'm like, man, it sounds crazy when you say it out loud, but the thing is, bro, that shit is real.
Forgiveness is,
you know what I'm saying?
Stuff,
and once you forgive somebody, actually forgive somebody, you don't even have to tell somebody you forgive them. If you actually tell yourself and believe it to yourself, it's literally like a weight is lifted.
Forgive and let go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and people take forgive and forget totally different. They're like, oh, so I'm supposed to forgive this person and forget everything they did? No, you can remember everything they did, but you forgive them. Just because I've forgiven people that I no longer mess with on the level that I messed with them before. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't kick it like that no more. We don't function like that no more. But do I forgive you? Yeah, I forgave you. I'm cool. What's in the past is in the past, man. You did what you did. I'm not letting that hate fuel me no more. I forgive you. I still love you. But am I still gonna function with you like on that level that we was before? Like, no. Like, even if we still function at all, you can forget somebody that you ain't talked to in 20 years and don't plan on talking to. But if it's baggage that you still carrying and it's hate that you still carrying, it's like, you know what? I don't even talk to this person no more. Like I'm done, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still holding like what that experience is still affecting me. So like my homegirl said, the bite don't kill you, it's the venom. And you letting that venom just course through your veins year after year after year after year. So to me, like I said, everybody, every human being, no matter your sex orientation, what you like, what you don't like, every human being on this earth deserves to be happy.
Yeah, most definitely.
And 9 times out of 10, that happiness is on you. So if you're actually looking at it and you have some less traumatic experiences, man, go ahead and forgive your people, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Because at the end of the day, because let's just say you never get that closure. Let's just say you never get that
so
closure.
You don't let that ruin the whole rest of your happiness or ever opportunity to be happy.
So you 30. So like you said, you about to be 31. You still never get that closure. You still gonna be 60.
About to be 61, like damn.
But you feel me? About to be 61. Like I act like this for what happened to me
back in 95,
40 years ago.
Yeah.
And somebody gonna look at you like, bro, you ain't
You're
got over that.
Ben done left that, bro.
You
should have been found some help, big dog.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I get it, but I think I just feel like sometimes people go looking for certain types of closure that they're probably not going to get. Now, is it? There's no harm in trying to get it if that's what you need. If you need the closure for you to close that case, all right, cool. Go try to get it. But if you try and you can't get the closure that you're looking for, I'm not gonna say take it as a loss. But you're just gonna be like, all right, cool.
It's a way to get over. It's a way to get over everything as long as you look for it and dig.
Yeah,
as long as you look for it and dig.
And just a quick definition before we move on. We was talking about childhood trauma or lack of, but it still affected you. It was still a traumatic experience to you. Trauma is an emotional response to a terrible event, like an accident, rape, or natural disaster. Immediately after the event, shock and denial are typical. Longer term reactions include unpredictable emotions, flashback, strained relationships, and even physical symptoms like headaches and nausea. So that's just a quick definition on just trauma itself. Now, trauma is definitely a real thing, man. I know I can only speak for myself. I can only speak for the things that I've been through, or give examples on things that were given to me. And I do know some people that's actually been through some real hard shit in life. It's definitely a terrible thing, and it sucks. And a lot of times those people never got the closure from that person. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people that I talked to didn't want to get closure from that person. They just wanted to survive and defeat the experience and the venom, so to speak, because we've been using that as an example. They've been wanting to escape that, like, and just be able to, and it affects people in a lot of different ways. Some people turn into self-medicating, you know what I'm saying, over years, just trying to get rid of it. Bad dreams, nightmares, the sight of a person makes you feel a certain way, like instant nausea, instant sickness, sick to your stomach on impact. Like trauma itself is a real thing. Childhood trauma is a real thing as well. My thing is that if it's something that you have actually been through, if just actually seek out all your options. You know what I'm saying? Literally, like self-medication is not always the way. Now, does it happen? Yes. People turn to the bottle, turn to the bag, turn to the pipe. It's a lot of different various ways, and then you can lose yourself in it. You know what I'm saying? Don't lose yourself. Find yourself, man, and get back to being the person that you either you can be, the person that you was, or the person that you want to be. So at the end of the day, man, that's really what it's all about. So if you are going through anything like that, please, man, don't be vocal about it. You know what I'm saying? It's many different said, like back in the day versus now. It's many different organizations, many groups, it's a lot of people that you can talk to and try to either seek help or try to seek some type of closure that you're actually looking for. It's not always through that person. Sometimes you just got to battle the walls that you got between yourself. And actually, speaking of that actually is pushing us into our next topic, which is fighting your demons. So, and I kind of put this together because it kind of went with the first topic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like everybody got different demons that they fight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. Like it can be, a demon of thinking that you're inadequate. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you didn't have an experience before. Maybe it's just a feeling that you always just feel that way. Nobody told you that everybody, you probably been receiving praise your entire life. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. But as soon as they stop talking, you telling yourself,
I can't do it.
I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that affects people in different ways. And a lot of people, man, they fight their demons in different type of ways. And it's good to figure out what you can do that helps you in those situations and times. So with that being said, I want to ask you, what are some things that you do to help you fight your demon? You know what I mean?
I find myself being more vocal for one. Being vocal about
vocal, like what do you mean?
Expressing it. Like one of the things I try to do more is speak and give my opinion. How if something bothers me, I tend to try, and what I'm working on now is to not let things fester up. So if something happens, I need to find out the quickest, most polite way to express how I feel, whether I feel disrespected or if something really hurt my feelings or really made me feel some type of way. I try to find the most positive way to bring that to the forefront right now instead of not saying nothing about it or waiting for somebody to apologize or waiting for somebody to do something. I try to find ways to rectify and solve and discuss that issue right now. So it's a mixture between that. Of course, prayer is always a good thing by myself, you know. I like to have conversations with myself out loud, though, for real. Just so, and it mostly like in the bathroom, for example, so that way I can hear the echo of what I'm saying. Talk to myself in the mirror. You get what I'm saying? Like, is this what you're going to accept? Is this how you want to be portrayed? Is this what you want your legacy to be? Is this the man that you want to be? And then if not, I talk to myself to kind of look at the way I'm saying something so I can visualize it and really try to get through to the person and make them feel the way I felt without being extra disrespectful. You did that, I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? Because I used to be real. Yeah, I used to be real. You hurt me, I'm going to say something to hurt you, and I'm really trying to get out of that because that's a real ugly.
What Siege used to say? Toxic masculinity.
You get what I'm saying? I got to try to talk whatever you said. So
got to bring it back for Siege one time.
Yeah, one time.
shout out to him.
So a mixture of that. I do want to get more into meditation, and I keep saying it, but working out, bro. Say it's the way though, for real.
I mean, honestly, like for me, man, that's always been one of my things. Like even growing up, to me, it wasn't fighting demons then. Like I'm not gonna lie, me growing up, I really didn't go through shit. You know what I'm saying? It's of course you're gonna get mad at your parents and you know what I'm saying, get mad at your situation. Oh, I'm gonna punish me. Oh,
I hate you.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but that's the way at those times, that's the way I worked it out. All right, cool. I can't leave the house, but I can go in the basement though. Boom, hit the music. And no lie, like, and if you knew my mom, like, once I got to, especially being a teenager, she let me, after so long, she just let me listen to what I was listening to. You know what I'm saying? As long as I didn't totally affect her and what she was doing and watching, she let me go ahead and rock out. Like, I didn't have to have it extra quiet, but I maybe sometimes I had to take the bass off. You know what I mean? Yeah. But other than that, bro, I can play the music and I go downstairs, hit my weights. You know, I had used to have a bench back then. Hit the bench, hit the weights, hit the curls, hit the push-ups, and just work until I was too tired to be mad. I was too tired to stress on it. All I wanted to do at that point was make it upstairs. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people run, which is a form of working out, and it's more or less like you're fighting your demons, but fighting your demons is basically just clearing your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this is on my brain. This is on my heart. Man, this shit is affecting me. It's affecting who I am right now. Mm-hmm. I got to get back to being, I need to get back to being me. So some people, like I said, I like to work out. You know what I mean? Some people like to work out in silence. They like to hear the breath, hear the sweat. You know what I mean? Feel the sweat. You know what I'm saying? Like hear the weights clicking and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Hear the around them. When they go jogging, they like to jog with no music. They like to hear nature. They like to look at nature. Some people just like to lay down and stare at the sky. Like it's a lot of stuff, especially growing up, that I used to do to help me mentally either escape or come back to focus. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to write poetry back in the day. A lot of people don't know that. Some people do, you know, if you grew up with me. I used to write a lot of poetry. Like if I was feeling a certain type of way, I used to put in some type of form of a poem and write it down. And by the time I was done expressing my feelings on that pen and pad, I was cool.
Yeah.
And then if I wasn't after that, then I'm about to either go work out. It just depends on what I was going and how I was feeling. But
at least you had different, I like that idea because you had different avenues you could take. You know what I mean? You being an athlete, yeah, go for that run. Go bust out some weights. Go write some poetry. Yeah, I mean, you probably used to draw too, because everybody had that Dragon Ball Z. You ain't never tried?
Yes, I definitely tried.
I know everybody went through the little tracing stage. Like,
yeah, no, I could trace my I could trace my ass off. Like I used to trace so good, people thought I drew it. Like, they were like, bro, you drew this guy? Can you draw me one of those? I'm like, sure. Pull my folder.
Let me see that paper back.
Pull my folder back out.
Yeah, I got you.
Like that's what I used to do, and like, and the thing is, bro, I try not to get mad at my daughter because she does that. Like she'll be in class, and then class being unruly, whatever, and she's a really reserved kid. You know what I'm saying? So when all of that's happening, she finds a way to focus her energy somewhere else. She likes to try to draw. So she'll get to making her sketch. But what happened is she'll get so lost. Like you're in school. Like I get it, but you got to be able to tap back in. You gotta be like, oh snap! All right, cool. Move that paper to the side. I'll get back to just drawing later because that's one thing I didn't do. Like once I'm lost, I'm lost. You know what I'm saying? I used to just draw stars on the paper. Like see how many stars I can fit on the freaking shit in the paper. Like, I'm literally and like if you peeked in the window, you like, oh yeah, man, he working.
No, he working his ass off. He focused.
I'm sitting there drawing stars all day. Like, I have 3 pages full of stars. Like, what are you doing? And then I have one where they spaced out, and I got lines like they freaking lasers.
It was better doing that than drawing the penises like on Superman.
Right on Superman. Like, bro, every time I put the pen to the paper. I couldn't nothing but draw.
They was wearing cowboy hats and every bro.
He was creative as hell. Though.
Whoa,
that's extreme, but
that's a classic, man.
But at that point, bro, like, look, bro, you're going into art. You
got some issues.
One, you got some issues, but you also got a talent. So, because you young and you drawing, you're like, man, I'm not even gonna quote Superbad. That's honestly one of my favorites.
That's a classic.
I was working on this big monster thing. And somebody knocked his paper here. Oh, so you hit Becca's foot with your yes. I did. Just wait. Penis complex. I can't eat no food that's in the shape of, you know what type of foods they have in the shape, the best kinds, like
bro, it's too much, bro.
But even that, man, some people, a lot of people, man, a lot of us, man, we wear masks. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the person that's the life of the party might be going through the most stuff. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So they like to make jokes. They like to, some way of fighting through their demons might be to
make people laugh.
That's
one of the short ways, though, for real.
And make other people feel comfortable. And don't get me wrong, there's no right or wrong way to fight your demons. But to me, it actually just rubs me the wrong way when I've heard people say that, like, well, I'm just making you happy. That makes me happy to make it. I'm like, all right, I get that,
but you need to get out of that way.
You need to do it for you. Like I get what you're saying. Like, and if it truly makes you happy, the way that you say it makes you happy, then after you make a room full of people crack up and in tears, you don't need to go around that corner and just be like, man, I feel so alone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if it really makes you that happy,
let live fully in that satisfaction.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And
get something out of it for yourself.
And a lot of people don't do that. And like when you fighting your demons and you fighting the battles and you climbing these mountains, yeah, man, you don't feel alone. You know what I'm saying? And
some journeys you got to take along.
That's what I was about to say. Like to me, to me, it's a part. That's a part of the journey.
Part of growing up for real.
It's like, you know what? I might not always have somebody that I can call on that's going to help me out of a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like when we growing up, you know, some people are able to call on their parents to help them out of a situation. You know what I'm saying? And I know even for me, after high school, after 18, I was still getting in certain pickles and, hey mom, hey pop, hey
what would you do?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
hypothetically
either
speaking.
that or I'm like, hey, look, so we was driving, right? Long story short, I'm here. I need somebody to like come pick me up or call AAA or something because I need your help.
I did it again.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but I need your help, and I'm calling on them to get me out that situation. Mm-hmm. And then the older I get, of course, they pass and they moved on. But at the same time, it's like I have to mature. I have to be able to handle my own situations. You know what I'm saying? Not saying this. I will turn down help. No. Yeah. You know, it's the fact of like, okay, I might not have nobody to call. You know what I'm saying? Like if you $1,000 in the hole and you can't ask nobody, like, because everybody else
$1,000.
Yeah, because it's like, bro, they got bills they gotta pay too. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I gotta figure this out. Yeah. Now, if somebody like, man, what's going on, man? You've been doing like, hey, look, man, I'm $1,000 in the hole. I'm about to do this, and this, man, so I can get up.
I figure this out. Yeah.
And if they like, you know what, man, I ain't got 1,000, man, but I got a couple hundred to kind of help towards your cause. I bet. You know what I'm saying? Good looking, man. I'll pay you. You know what I'm saying? Pay you back, whatever the case may be. So you can still receive help without searching for it. You know what I'm saying? And personally, I feel like sometimes that's when your help comes. I feel like your help comes when you're really not looking for it. You're not looking like, hey, let me see who I can borrow some money from. Let me see who I can, you know what I'm saying, do this to help me out this situation. Let me find da-da-da-da-da.
But that also goes into the first topic of us. Sometimes it being on you to kind of get yourself out of your own mental pickles and stuff. And then too, me being a big nerd, comic book nerd, and call it fantasy or sci-fi nerd, like one of the biggest things is, all right, well, Batman versus Freddy Krueger. Batman beat the shit out of Freddy Krueger. Reason why, he already faces a villain like that who's a scarecrow, who uses your worst fears to come to life. So basically all Batman did was basically get full control of his motherfucking mind, which is, it's kind of interesting about when you think about it. If you ever had nightmares, everybody's had nightmares before. Freddy Krueger plays off your worst fears and your nightmares. Your fucking dreams is a fictional place. That was the word I was looking for. It's a fucking physical place. Anything is possible within your mind.
You said it right. You said it wrong right now.
Yeah. Anyway, you did what I was saying, but you could do anything in your dream. Why are you letting this motherfucker control your head?
Hey, but everybody don't dream the same. Bro.
And I know that, but I try to tell myself, you know what? Next time I see that motherfucker in my head, I got something for him.
So, like,
something for him.
Just like you said, like, you know, you one of them people that, you know, you had a traumatic experience with a scary movie. Okay. Now listen, bro.
Now, originally I said somebody. I said, for example, but you know, yeah.
For example,
yeah, I appreciate that.
For example, James might be one of those people.
You ain't shit, bro. He said, "Oh yeah, I mean,
if you into Freddy, which I am, right?
Yeah, he's cool. He ain't no Mike,
but you know me, I'm into horror movies anyway. Yeah, like to be honest, after this show, bro, I might just binge watch like for the next 2 days or for the rest of the night, whatever. Because they might switch to holiday movies tomorrow, like, and that's gonna be. I'm not ready for that. But anyway, you got man, it was one. I think it was Freddy 3. With Lawrence Fishburne in it, and they was kids that used to do stuff like, all right, yeah, it's my dream. I could be whoever. Like in my dream, I could do this. Like I got super strength. Like they all had different superpowers in their dream. They kids, you know what I'm saying? And there was one chick that she could jump or bring people into her dream or jump into other people's dreams. And it was crazy. But if you watch all the series, everybody can't do that. they in it and they're like, whoa, I can't do nothing, bro. I'm just going through it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I can do is try to bring this man out. But like you said, like even in your dreams, it's on you. Like everybody in there had that dream to where either you're falling or you fighting. The one that I hate is this fighting, and you feel like everything you throwing is either slow or just like when you hit somebody, it's like extra soft. Like you're not doing no damage. Like, am I this weak? Like,
bruh, I ain't even tell you, bruh.
What?
But speaking of that, all right, so I had this dream the other night. All right, so Sweetie's a big Popcan fan. I think his name is Popcan. Popcan is a reggae artist.
Mm-hmm.
I think he hails from Jamaica, I think. Anyway, I had this dream. We go to see Popcan. He's speaking this little fly Jamaican language. You know what I mean? She being all enticed. I go somewhere, probably to go get a drink. I come back, sitting on the cot next to him. You know, his security and them around. And they sitting there drinking and he and the highs, hand on his leg. I'm like, nah, get up, bud. We got a brother. What's up, my man? We got it. You know, he's saying all the little stuff he's saying. And I'm like, nah, I ain't going for that. So then this truck pull up. And like two more dudes get out, bro. We sitting there getting it on. Me and all three of them, you know what I mean? So we tussling and whatnot. You know what I mean? I got like two of them. And then the third one, you know, they kind of rocked me. I ended up on the ground. They stunned me. So all right. So then they disperse. They all get in the truck, roll out.
So you had a dream about getting jumped by a bunch of reggae dudes.
Yeah, of all places. So anyway,
one if that ever happened, bro, you better pray somebody save you, nigga. You don't die.
All right, so you know, I get up, I dust myself like, yeah, you see that? Yeah. All right, he got me. Yeah, he got me. It's still good though. I got something for him though. Wait until they come back because he said he's gonna get some people, some other fellow rosters and whatnot.
You still by yourself?
Call me, yeah. I mean, I'm talking to her now. Like, yeah, you see that? Yeah. Keep messing around with Soda Pop, bro. You messing around with your boy, man. So then next thing I know, the same three and then a fourth one get out, bro. I was sitting there doing that, bro. All of them. I'm like, yeah. You ain't think you thought you was gonna hit me with that last? Yeah, I sold you some. I beat the air. Then I woke up and I'm like, bro, that was the most awesome fighting dream ever. It was all fast paced. It's like a Jet Li movie in there, bro. And I was the one. I was the one, bro.
Right, so listen,
I was the one.
So my question is, what did you watch before you went to sleep?
Man, it was the anime series. Nah. It was the Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon.
That's why
I was in there.
That's why you had that dream.
I had them hands, bro. Listen, you bring all that mumble bumble cloud, all that. Yeah, come on, bring that on, bro.
People think that stuff don't affect you. Like I heard, like just speaking of dreams, where I know this is off subject, but people be like, you know how you see somebody, like you see a different face in your dream that you don't know.
Yeah,
you know what
and
I mean?
It's blurred out.
No, you see a different person, but you're like, man, I don't know who this other person was. That's somebody real that actually like you came across at some point in life. Like you've literally seen this person before, and subconsciously you remember that face. So that's like if it's blurred out, then it's just a figure. You can't put a face on the figure. You know what I'm saying? And if you actually get to seeing people, they're like, bro, it was just one dude. Like, I don't know where this dude came from. You've seen that person before. It don't have to be somebody that like you actually got a personal connection with, but it's somebody that you literally have seen before. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time in your life, and maybe you had to put a face on the body. So that's the face. So even with you saying that, you know, about Batman and, you know, the dreams, Freddy and all of that, it's a lot of this stuff is on you, man. Fighting your worst fears, your demons. You know what I'm saying? Now we use that phrase, man. I'm fighting my demons. I go to the gym. Hey man, what you doing when you in the gym, man? I'm fighting demons. You know what I'm saying? I'm battling this, I'm battling that. You trying to clear your head, man. You're battling self with self. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that at all. The thing is, man, is that we have to figure out how we need, like, what's the best way for you to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can adopt different habits, trends or techniques or habits that somebody else do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I like to work out. Like, I got a punching bag. Like, clearly I don't like to work out as much as I used to. But I have lost weight, man. I put on some pants today, and these was like nice, not tight pants, but they fit. You feel me, bruh? I literally got this much room in these joints.
There you go.
Like if I don't hold them,
they're gonna fall. Yeah.
I'm like, bruh. So on one hand, I'm like, what? Boy, look at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Then on the other hand, I'm like, bro, I gotta get a whole new wardrobe. Like dress pants don't fit, sweatpants don't fit, jeans don't fit, shirts barely fit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like shirts getting too big. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. I done had this shirt for years. Now I throw it on. I can't wear it. What's the fuck? But it's just funny, man. But anyway, like I got a punching bag. So sometimes, man, when I got things rattling through my head, man, I calm down. Boom. I like to listen to music. Sometimes it just be instrumentals. I had a friend of mine back in the day, like, bro, it's weird that you can work out to R&B music. I was listening to Avant one time, getting it in. And like, bro, you listening to Avant, nigga, working out? I'm like, bro, but you got to understand what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, we ain't thinking about the same thing, man.
Because back in the day when I was in high school, I used to have Eva Longoria, Maya, and a wall. So as I'm getting it in, I'm like, I can read your mind, babe. I know
it's all right.
Like I'm like 59.
It's
60,
all right.
99, 100. I'm trying to get it in because I'm doing this for you and you and you. You know what I mean?
Same time.
Like what? I'm trying to be somebody's what? Like as soon as I take my shirt off, I want you to be like, but at the same time, it was just like just battling, just having different things, man, that you think about, man. And when they say the mind is a terrible thing to waste, that's totally true. This is not no anti weed commercial or nothing like that, but the mind is definitely a terrible thing to waste. And James, bro, you my brother. You've been my brother for a while. You know what I'm saying? For as long as we didn't know each other, for real. It's like we instantly low key clicked for real. But the thing was, one thing that I've always said, and if I'm lying, we on air, but you can tell me, like, nah, man, you ain't never said that. But I always say like that, like at least more recently when I found peace, is that I only handle the things that I can control. Now, if it's out of my control, then there's nothing I can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Either it's already happened or whatever.
It's already transpiring. They're in the middle of happening. Yeah.
Like it's done. Like I have no control over what's about to happen. But what I can control is I can control me. I never need to be in a situation where I use the excuse, oh, I don't know what happened. You know, now of course it's, you know, disorders and different things where stuff like that happens, but it's not common. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You are in control of yourself. You control your mind, you control your speech, you control your actions. Mm-hmm. I can control me. I might not be able to control a situation, but I can control how I act and react to a situation. You know what I mean? I was telling my daughter, sometimes being a bigger man is the hardest thing. It's the toughest. It's tougher than not. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can just haul off and crack this person. They making you mad, right, babe? And you really want to just bow. Like, yeah. All right, cool. Is that a fight you gonna win? Yeah. You know you're gonna win that fight. Yeah. So why do it?
I ain't gonna lie. Some people need to have that in their life.
Yeah, I mean,
especially when you're younger, do it while you're younger before you become a full-grown adult. Some people do need that in their life.
I tell her, I practice the same thing that was taught to me. All right, if you gotta get down, all right, you gotta get down. But before that, I want you to, if you don't have to, don't. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom used to be like, "Well, count to 10." I'm like, I'm not about to stand.
Yeah, that ain't that one.
That's
gonna get me stalled.
Honestly, it worked. It worked one time, but it only worked because my delivery. My delivery was. It's a little thing in middle school, man. Get into a little back and forth with a guy. I'm like, 1, 2. Everybody like, bro, what you doing? I'm trying to calm down, bro, before I knock this. You know what I'm saying? They're like,
oh, he crazy. He got some shit going on, bro.
hey, but
He got problems.
no lie, bro. Back in the day, bro, I used to get out of most fights because I used to have people believing that I was like out there. Well, shit, I don't know what happened, man. James gonna have
My phone died. My iPhone died, y'all. My iPhone died. I still love y'all though.
Well, you can't see him, but you can hear him.
My iPhone died.
So y'all rocking out with me for the rest of the time. But long story short, man, you can, it's all on you. You feel me? So if you battling demons, man, it doesn't matter. Anything that you're battling, man, take self accountability first. You know what I mean? Take self accountability first, and then work it down from there. Then you can see things a little bit different, and it might help you out.
And then so, even because also I like to draw. I like cartoons and stuff too. Sometimes it's better. Like they said in one of my favorite movies is James and the Giant Peach. In certain issues and stuff they were saying in the movie, one key thing they kept saying is look at it from a different perspective. Mm-hmm. Especially for something so negative and, just I can't shake it. Sometimes make it as silly as you can make it in your mind.
Right.
It might not stay that way because, dealing with depression and stuff, that stuff goes off and on.
Yeah, they did that same thing in Harry Potter as well. With certain spells, take your most traumatic experience, make it to where it's
use it to your advantage. Right. Just like if you are working out and you are lifting and stuff, what's more to help you lift more? You spending more time weightlifting and stuff than I have. What's the best thing to thinking of somebody that you want to punch in the face or something real negative when you working out to really get you pumped?
Usually, I'm not gonna lie, man. To be honest, sometimes anger is the
best friend.
Is the best motivator. When you're pissed and you got stuff on your head, like sometimes that's the best motivator. Another thing that I actually do to try to clear my head, I like shooting pool. That's one thing that my dad taught me how to shoot pool back when I was in the 8th grade. I didn't really get a good handle on it until after I got out of high school, but I was able to just go to pool halls and go here and go there,
transfer that energy
and shoot. And so it used to be a pool hall. Do not remember the name, but it used to be out there by the Dayton Mall. And it was one of those like, if you know, you know. If you don't, you're probably either too young or you just didn't know about it. It was ducked off, but it wasn't. It was over there by Julius, out there by the Dayton Mall.
Yeah, I've heard about it, but that's still before my time.
Though. It wasn't before your time.
I was there. I just wasn't old enough to go.
There you go. You was here. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, I was here. Yeah, most definitely.
You're trying to act like I'm Father Time or something. But
yeah, Adam used to go.
It used to be it was like 24 hours. Like as long as they had business, they stayed open.
That's like, a good business.
Right. But the thing was, because all they did was sit down and play. They saw it like when somebody come in and check you in, you get a table, and then it was a group of them that they just played poker and cards all night. Like they sitting up there chilling.
Old schools, yeah.
Like if you needed something, you go to the thing, they look up, hey, hold on real quick. Boom, pop up. They wasn't even old, they was young for real. Now, I mean, they was older, they was older than us, but
old enough to
they had to be probably what we are now. They was probably like in their 30s, you know what I'm saying, to be all the way real. But they just sitting there chilling. That's like me owning got a little pool hall that we got ducked off. And I'm like, shoot, we here. We kicking it anyway.
Yeah.
We sitting there kicking it. We playing cards. We chilling.
Sound like a good ass venture, bro. Don't be surprised.
It was cool. And back then, that was before they passed the smoking ban. So when I first went, you could smoke in there and everything. You feel me? So like I used to go there. It could be 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock. And I'm just like, man, I can't sleep, man. I'm thinking about man, what am I gonna do? Especially after graduation, I'm like, bro, it don't look like I'm going to college, but I need to like write some letters or I gotta do something, man. Like I'm still sitting here at my mom's house. Like I gotta make something shake. So I used to go up there and just kind of alleviate. One thing leading on into our next topic though. One thing that also helps with fighting your demons and overcoming traumatic experiences is your friends, family, and your friends. So, with that being said, man, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people. I know for a fact you probably heard it before. If you haven't, then you need to start kicking around some different people or watch different movies or something. Because I definitely heard that all through my life. Iron sharpens iron. And when I was younger, I didn't get what that meant. And then one time I actually asked, like, what does that mean? All right, well, if he's the best player on the team, and I'm like, okay, and you're the second best player on the team, do you work out with him or do you work out away from him? I don't know. You work out with him. He's the best, you're the second best. Y'all make each other better. Iron sharpens iron. And a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people just stuff that I see like through social media and you know, different stuff now where you got people coming up with different ideas, different brands, and they started and they got the blueprint. A couple people add, I'm saying, and they say imitation is what? Flattery is the best kind of flattery. You know what I'm saying? But some people like, nah, man, you copying me, you trying to do this, but trying to do it better. I'm like, yeah, it's flattery, but at the same time, man, iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're trying to do what you're doing and doing it the way you're doing, you might have inspired them to do it that way.
And they might come up with something better. So in turn, it's just like the billionaires, Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Elon Musk and what's his name? Bezo?
I don't know who
Bezo? The bald dude. I don't know. The dude he be competing with to go to space and this and that. They two multi-billionaires.
I've never seen the guy that he's actually competing with.
It's a bald dude. It's a bald dude.
The way you was talking, man, I was like, nigga, Bozo? The clown?
It's like Bezo. It's like B-E-E-Z-O. You look it up. You type it in on Google. It'll pop up. But so the way that they kind of go back and forth with each other, like, yeah, you going to the moon. Bezo dude got his first little rocket ship built, but it crashed. Shit fucked up. And then, you know, he was laughing like, cool, I'm going to be the first billionaire to go to the moon. And it's just that type of friendly competition. And we talked about competition on one of our past casts in a good way. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And then actually accepting that challenge will help you develop a better mental process. You know, like you had mentioned, if you're going to do something against the best. Of course, you're coming in not expecting to win, but I say that's a loser mindset right there. You're supposed to always come into a situation, hey, I'm going to outdo you, period. I'm going to outdo you. That's the same Mamba mentality. That's the same number 23 Jordan mentality. That's the same number 34 Shaq mentality. That's the same Dennis Rodman mentality. You ain't going to come in here and get more rebounds than me. Yeah, you might get more. You not going to out-rebound me. King James, you not, bro. I can get a dunk on anybody. Let it be a clean one. One-on-one, bro, I bet I'll pull it off. You know what I mean? And then when you see at the end, especially as people get older, like the certain athletes, and they give their testimonies against certain people, like, you know, I like to watch when Allen Iverson was talking about Jordan. And Jordan was like, get out of my way. He said something, and Iverson broke his ass, you know what I mean? And it's the same type of way, especially with you being a football player, but just outside of sports, you know, like being a hip-hop head. You know what I mean? Who could spit the dopest verse? Like, I remember when Q-Tip was talking about Busta Rhymes in the studio. And he was like, you know, Busta Rhymes would go around when he was part of when Q-Tip was a Tribe Called Quest, and I think Busta was Leaders of the New School. And Busta would go around, what did you write? Okay, what did you write? Okay, what did you write? And he was like, people be like, Busta, what did you write? Like, nah, it ain't ready yet. It ain't ready yet.
I gotta take all of this out.
I gotta. So it's all in it, and that helps you develop a positive sense of, or the right sense of competition. You know, if you're going in anything expecting to be the loser, why do it? But I feel like if a lot more people develop that winner mindset of just, that'll help you with the self-reflection of you. And I feel like that's something real positive. And you shouldn't run from sharper iron, because the only thing that sharper iron is going to do is help you become more polished. For real.
Uh, I definitely agree. Like I said, I do come from a sports background.
Yeah.
So with coming from that, man, competition is it's a daily thing. You know what I mean? It didn't matter what it was, especially growing up in the hood and going to the schools that we went to. Uh, if it wasn't sports, it was all right. Well, we all like this girl. Who gonna pull it? You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, like you got some of the nerds, if you want to call them that, or the studious people that I got. Nobody's gonna have better grades than me.
I got this test.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was their mindset going in. You might have the second smartest person in school. Like, all right, well, you got an A minus, and such got an A plus. They're like, hold on, what? Man, hold on, let me see. Oh, you got that question right. How did you get that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
What mathematical equation did you use to get that?
But like for me, like I said, competition was a daily thing. So like growing up, honestly, I used to hate competition. Like people like, all right, I bet I can beat you in the race. Younger, I was like, man, why I gotta be that? Why can't we just race? Why you gotta say that you're gonna beat me? And then, or why do you got, you know what I'm saying? I used to be like, damn, because I was losing. I didn't like to lose. Like, oh man, you want to race? Yeah, I'm gonna race. Because I'm like, today might be my day. Like, maybe instead of me running with my fist closed, maybe if I open these mugs, I might be more
like a robot.
I might be more aerodynamic. You know what I'm saying? If I push off hard, like I might, you know what I'm saying? Today might be the day that I beat you. Like I had my god brother, man. He used to beat me in races when we was kids, like for years, and then we hit like 11. Once we hit 11, he has never beat me in anything physical again.
And that was the reason, because you was not scared to go against somebody better than you
at that time. And my focus and my goal is that instead of me running from it, instead of me like, oh man, like, well, I can't never beat him. Like
accepting the defeat,
like, and learning from it. Like even something as simple as playing Madden, bro. Like, Madden 92 is when I first got my start in Madden. My pops and my godfather used to dust me. Like it wasn't no dub rule, bro. They played all 4 quarters, bro.
And sometimes there'll be some of the longest games, bro.
Like, I'm talking about I was a kid to where they'd be like, I'm like, nah, it's the controller. They're like, all right, cool. Switch me controllers and switch me teams. You can take my team. And then come back and still beat me. And then at the end, I'm like, nah, switch back up. So you got the win now. Then still win. I'm like, what? And then I'm like, then I stopped doing that. I'm like, because I'm still losing. I'm like, all right, you know what, bro? I got to tap in. So, you know, when Pop sleep or he out at the club or at work or whatever, bro, I'm on the game, bro. I'm like, all right, I'm playing on rookie. No, I got to up this playing level because me and Pop's playing on this.
Real.
Bro, I've been playing on all Madden, bro, since Madden 94.
Man, I'm gonna make this statement, man. If you a grown up, if you over the age of 16 and you still playing on
pro,
you need to grow the fuck up. I'm gonna be the one to say you need to grow the fuck up
or stop playing.
If you're 18, don't embarrass yourself, bro. Hey, you need to grow the fuck up.
But it was just the fact of like facts though, but the thing was with me is that I don't know. There's no specific moment that I can say like, oh, this is what made it click. This is what gave me this drive. Like, no, it was just like I didn't like to lose. Like that was literally something that I've always had in me. I did not like to lose. And I don't know anybody who likes to lose. Some people don't care, but I cared. Like I cared about a loss. Like I used to be mad. Like, give me 5 minutes. I'm not about to talk to you for 5 minutes because I'm pissed because you just beat me like that. Like basketball, football, a race, you know what I'm saying? Tetherball.
Yeah.
Anything.
Bro, I'm gonna knock this so hard up against your face,
get it. Like, boom, I hit it all the way at the top. Like, what?
Yeah, bro, you was one of them people.
Bro, once I figured it out, 4 square, 2 square, I had to win, bro. It got me so much joy. But I had to take 1,000 L's.
So would you say part of something that can help people get the right mindset as far as the iron sharper irons concept is just to find one thing you're good at and study those that are good, better than you. Because gooder isn't a word. Find the ones that are better than you at anything. If it's hip hop, find the best lyricist you want. Or if it's not lyricism, find the best beat maker there is. Or if it's drawing, find the best artist that makes sense to you. Or if it's swimming, study Michael Phelps and them. If it's tennis, study the Serena sisters and them. If it's golf, find somebody to do this. Basketball, track, whether it's running, writing, drawing, they're cooking. I mean, there's always somebody better. So find whatever it is that you're really good at, study those people, and I feel like it really starts there. Find out everybody in this world is good at something.
Mm-hmm. And even if you're not looking at it as a competition thing, like looking who's the best, it might be somebody that you look up to. Like, what was their drive? What was their passion? What was they doing? Like for me, growing up, man, playing football, Ray Lewis was my favorite player. Mm-hmm. So I used to watch his biographies. I used to watch his little interviews. I used to listen and hear and see his passion. You know what I'm saying? He like, hey, it's 2:00, and I used to read. I know almost every young boy back in the G read the first Michael Jordan biography. You know what I'm saying? I also read I didn't read the whole thing, but I read what I needed from the Walter Payton. And that's the one that always stuck out to me because it was titled Never Die Easy. And of course, at that time, Walter Payton has already passed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about Never Die Easy. Like, okay, so he died hard. Like, no, it wasn't about that.
Yeah, you took a literal though.
Yeah, I took a literal until I read it. And then me reading it wasn't about dying in itself. It was about giving up too easy. Like, yeah. All right, cool. So in football perspective, because it's the way it was given in the book, he get a 10-yard gain, got the first down. It's 2 defenders coming at him. He can easily take the first down and just go out of bounds. Don't have to take no hits, nothing. Or can keep going and fight for these extra yards. Whether it's 1, 2, another 5, another whatever. Like, just because you hit me does not mean I have to go down. Stop. Yeah. I'm not going to go down easy.
And I love the running backs this year because of that. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, it for me, I took that and I'm like, all right, even if I lose, at the end of that game, you're going to be like, hey, bro, you got heart, you got talent, you got whatever. I didn't have to play against no matter what sport it was, I'd have had to play against some of the tallest, biggest people. And you looking like, bro, yeah, he probably boo-booed on you. Cause I'm like, bro, look, ask him about me. And that ass, like, bro, you ever play? Like, y'all used to play, like, bro, what happened, man? Like, hey, listen, bro. One, I hate when he checked me. I hate checking him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I might get more points. Yeah, my team might get the win, but his team got some wins. He didn't hit some game winners on me. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? He didn't did this. He didn't did this. Like, hey, that man over there got a lot of heart, bro. He got a lot of drive. He got a lot of, you know what I'm saying? And that was me, and that was my focus, and that's what I was on. And then when I start finding people that was equal to that measure, then that's who I kind of rolled with. You know what I'm saying? Like, one summer, man, my brother Ed, like, he real quick, real light on his feet. He used to play quarterback / he could have played he played quarterback, but he was like Michael Vick was out there. So every black boy wanted to be Michael Vick, man, or Randall Cunningham. You know what I'm saying? But he could move like that. Boom, pocket break down, he could get out. So one summer, I literally chased him around all summer. And he was like, bro, why you want to do this drill? It was a drill that I made up. I'm like, bro, I'm going to call hike. I'm going to stand over here like I'm rushing. I want you to kind of be like in the pocket and kind of just stay in this little frame and do not let me grab you. Like, if I touch you, it don't matter. I got to be able to grab you.
Wrap my arms around.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't going to take you to the ground or nothing because we ain't got pads, but I got to be able to at least stop your momentum. Mm-hmm. He's like, all right, bet. So we did that, like, day in, day out, week in, week out for the whole summer. That next football season, it didn't matter who did what. I was on your tail.
Did he get better too?
Actually, yeah, but right after that, he started diving more into basketball than he did in the football.
Oh, okay.
So the summer after that, like iron still sharpens iron, but we moved it to various sports. But we still worked out. He still did certain workouts with me. I'm like, hey, bro, I need you to throw this ball for me. All right, cool. Even when I play semi-pro, I'm teaching somebody how to do something, and I'm just giving them drills. I'm like, man, that's not gonna get it. All right, I'm checking you, or you got to check me.
Yeah.
And I know your weak point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to expose you every chance I get. And just me as a competitor in general, I talk. That's the way I was raised. That's what I grew up around. Like if I'm a win, I'm showing you, I'm going to talk to you as I'm winning. Some people call that being a sore winner. Whatever. I call it like if you don't like it, if you don't like it, stop it. If you want to shut me up, then shut me up. You know what I mean? Win. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm going to do what I got to do to expose you. Why? Not to make you feel less of a player. I'm doing it because I don't want nobody. I can beat you all day doing this move. But the next person, if I beat you for a week straight doing this same move,
I don't want nobody to think it's going to piss me off to see somebody else do the same shit. We just working on it.
And you let them do it.
Yeah.
I want this to be so embedded in your brain that you never and you don't even let me do this move no more. You know what I'm saying? From this point on, once you say no and you got it, I got to switch up and do something else if I want to win or beat you in this matchup. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I say when it's iron sharpen iron. Like iron sharpen iron means it's not always a physical form. It's about getting better. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might not have to be the number one. You might not have to be the number two. You know what I'm saying? It could be somebody that's like 3 or 4 down the list. But there's somebody that helps you to get better. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, if you find somebody that can help you get better in a certain field or certain avenue in life, pursue it. Pursue it hard. You know what I'm saying? If that's somebody that you can befriend and still keep that same energy and that same competition up, then do that. You know what I'm saying? Competition, like I said, when I got to the point where I loved competition. Bro, of course, you done came to the crib. We've been game nights or whatever. And I'm like, hey, bro, like I'm trying to hop on the game, bro.
Who had a little workout session before?
Yeah, but I'm like, not even that, but I'm like, bro, who trying to hop on the game? And people like, bro, just play somebody online. I'm like, bro, come on, bro, just play with me.
And I
bro.
think what you said.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro, come on, play, bro. Like me and C, shout out to him once again, man. We was talking about this the other day, and he was like, bro, everybody I'll play like I'm playing you. I'm like, for real? Here, like, yeah, bro, because it's like a handful of us that like, bro, I get the best games out of you. Like either it's a high scoring back and forth or it's a low scoring defensive game, and this is many Maddens ago up till now. Like we got a season that we still do to this day. You know what I'm saying? But like with that being said, like, and that's kind of where this topic came from. It's like, man, iron sharpens iron. He like, man, you look at stuff differently. I look at stuff differently. So I play it like, man, what is E thinking about? And we against each other. We're opponents. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a thrill of the victory. Sometimes he go on the streak. Sometimes I go on the streak. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm like, bro, you in the game, you in the hole 5 games, cuz. Either he gonna mount back or I push it. Sometimes it's vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But we still push each other to be better. Like when you in the weight room and you got that one person that's spotting you, and you like, all right, I'm gonna do 10. And they're like, all right, give me one more. You're like, all right, cool, 11. Nah, give me one more. All right, 12. All right, bro, that's too easy. Give me one more. Matter of fact, keep going till you can't get it up no more.
Yeah.
Come on, go, push. I want you to be better. Like I'm not doing this just to make you hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, go. The whole point is to get better. It's to get stronger. It's to get faster, to be smarter. That's the whole point of it. And if you find somebody that's as passionate as you into whatever it is, not only that particular thing, but just as passionate, just as much passion as they have for themselves, they have in you, you got to take that and ride it.
Don't disappoint them.
You know what I'm saying? So you got anything else on this point? And if not, man, I'm about to say we can go ahead and close it down, man. But before I get out of here, I do want to make this one point. No Shave November is coming up. So all my brothers that's participating in No Shave November, please do not forget First Class Beard Oils is available. All right, that's your shampoo, that's your beard oil, that's your new and improved refresher spray, and it's also your beard balm. Just because you letting your beard grow and you not shaving it,
You don't have to look like a hobo.
exactly. I couldn't.
You're like a hobo with a clean ass beard.
Yeah, and trust me, she gonna like it too. You know what I mean? She might be like, "Oh, when you gonna shave?" Hey, but your beard, it feels so soft.
Let me lay on your chest.
It feels so soft. It smells so good. Like, trust me, she gonna like it too, man. And this is coming from your boy, the Beard Wonder himself. Anything else for any closing statements on where the folks can find you at, or how to link up with you, talk podcast, or maybe just to get to know you a little bit better?
Get into the link of First Class, man. Get into the link of First Class.
Definitely. All right, so this is our first show back on YouTube. We got a couple clips on YouTube that's over a year ago. Like it feels like we really just did that this year, but no, that was like last year when we was trying that.
And shout out to the intro video.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you. Shout out to my man JD Oracle. He helped come. So if you're looking for any type of graphics or anything like that, please get with me and I'll definitely share that link, share his information, so that way you can get up with him because he's the man with the plan and the talent. And shout out to that, man. It's definitely a fire intro video. That's something that you guys are going to be seeing for a while. So we're going to get that cracking. You can always hit me up on Facebook. Personally, it's, my government, Eric Carter. You can hit up the business page, First Class Podcast Media. That we're also going live on that right now as well. Or you can hit First Class Podcast Media fan page. On that, I also share a lot of different businesses, different entrepreneurs. I got new stuff coming out and help share content as well on that page as well. We're on YouTube under First Class Podcast. Thank you for anybody that joined in and checked it out. We are going to try to, from now on, we're going to try to bring this channel back. So there's going to be a lot more content coming out on YouTube. Please go to it, subscribe, help us boost up numbers. We just starting it back. We're at 13 subscribers right now. So my goal by the end of the year, I at least want to be at 50. So thank you guys for sticking with us, supporting us. I'm also back on Twitter. That's EasyE721. Please hit me there. I'm trying to bring more light to that. And just remember, man, it's never too late. It's never too late to fight your demons. It's never too late to find peace. It's never too late to get closure, get over it. It's never too late to let somebody come and help you and help strengthen your skills and your talents. So just because you think it's too late, it's never too late. So hit the grindstone, get to work, and that's all I got. And like we always say at this time, now unless you got anything else, that's it. All right. So like we always say at this time, and hopefully on next show, James can keep his phone charged so he can stay up in here. But y'all gonna end it with me. But y'all hear my man's in the background.
Yes, sir.
So like we always say at this time, man, if you're gonna fly, you might as well
fly first class.
And we out.